boy Jim, uh, Fort Mac. I had a talk with my father, and he explained a couple of simple things to me. I'm a simple man. And I said, Father, I want to do that one about the coat because it ties in with Mike and Joanne. He said, do it. I said, Father, I'm a bit tired. He said, do it. Mike and Joanne had come north combining. They were trying to save their family farm. I think they did it. And they custom combined in the fall. And Mike called me. He said, Jim, we're doing the field right behind your house. I said, you gotta be kidding. He said, can you come? Can you come over so we can say hello? I said, of course. And so I ripped over, and they were having a coffee break anyways. And Joanne, I think she is running a piece of equipment, but Mike definitely was on his new case. Combine, loved it. Well, nice combine. And I went over, but I didn't have it was on into fall, and I didn't have a winter coat. And so I don't know what I put on. I don't even know if I put on anything other than just a shirt I was wearing. And anyways, I was standing out talking with them. Oh, it was so good to see them. They they just were the most lovely people, Christian people in the world. And Mike said, Jim, where's your coat? I said, well, actually, I don't have one for winter yet. And, well, I didn't even have one for spring. And he said, I have a spare one in the truck. And so he went and got that, and he gave it to me. And it was a light windbreaker, but it was better than the one I didn't have on. And I have mentioned that I'm kind of tough, so I never did bother getting a winter coat. I just wore that summer windbreaker that Michael gave me. It meant so much to me because it was from Michael. And later in the winter, Big Scott, my oldest boy, and I, we were working on a house doing trim carpentry down in Airdrie. We really like to go to get a really big hamburg, and so across the way, the highway, we went and stopped at this hamburg joint. Oh, I'm trying to remember what it was. It's on the tip of my tongue, and we were standing inside, getting ready to place our orders. She was a long line up, and I only would eat one meal a day back then. It's about all I do now. So I'd always order a triple hamburger, and I'd placed my order. Given. I saw a young man walking from table to table, and he was asking for money. And I handed Scott the money for our meal, and I said, I'm going to catch up to that young man because he had stepped out the front door. It was about minus 27, maybe minus 30. And Scott said, okay. So I headed for the door, I didn't make it to the door until a young couple said, Jim, it's been so long. How you doing? I said, I am so happy to see you. I said, but I have to catch up to that young man to see if I can give him a hand. They said, we know, Jim. We understand. Because I've tried to be the same for many years as I am today. I caught up to that young man out in the parking lot. I said, son, I said, brother, what can I do for you? He said, I was trying to get enough money to buy a bus ticket back to Calgary from Airdrie. Uh, I said, how much is that? He told me. I took my wallet out and I handed him everything I had. It wasn't much, but it was enough for a ticket. About that time, Big Scott, he came and I told Scott, I said, this young man's trying to get a ticket to Calgary. It was real cold. That boy looked cold. Scott, he and I, we have the same heart. Joe, too. Scott, he was holding our food. It was a good thing. And he took his wallet out and he emptied it, handed it to the young man, and I'm looking at the young man. I said, son, you look cold. Oh, he says, I'm so cold. I looked at him, I thought, I've never done this. So while Scott was talking to him, I was studying his eyes. They were ice blue. I didn't see any addictions or anything in there, and I was emptying my pockets in my coat. And when I got my pockets empty, I took my coat off. I said, son, here, let me help you put this on. He was very glad to put my coat on. It was my cherished coat that Michael had given me in the fall when he was combining. And I thought, God, thank you for the privilege and the honor of being able to help this boy out. I did not have a chance. I didn't create a chance to talk to him about the Lord. I don't think I needed to, because I took the time to show him that I cared for him, that I loved him. Sometimes you don't need to explain to people your belief system. All you need to do is to live it. Salvation is determined by your humility in asking God to forgive you and accepting Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. But there's a great deal to do with your words. And so words are very, very important. Living up to those words is also very important. I smiled at that young man. He smiled at me and Scott and I said, God bless, son. Scotty, Big Scott, same. My boys are always willing to give God the glory. I'm telling you, I headed for the truck pretty quickly. Fired that old 1-ton dually Chevy. She was an 88 Chev. I mean, when I was going down the highway, I could pass any semi Joke was we got the same gas mileage, or their diesel, mine gas. Got 6 miles to the gallon. Yeah. And I thought, God, thank you that Michael gave me a coat that I could give to that young man. And I don't know for sure that I ever met him again. But I hope that he has not ever forgotten the rugged, rough old cowboy type rancher who took the coat off his back and helped put it on that 25, 6, 7 year old skinny kid who was trying to get a bus ride back to Calgary. And you know something? If it weren't for my friend Michael, I wouldn't have had a coat. Things were tight back then. But Michael gave me his coat, and I gave it to that young man. I don't know what I got to put on the following day, but I found something. Listen, you have one chance to live. You have one chance to make memories for people. You can avail yourself of the opportunity, or you can take care of yourself more than you take care of other people in need. So I showed encouragement to you. I truly do. God bless you. God bless you. I have to find out from the Lord if there's more things He wants me to do here. God bless you.